Hey, don't mind my delay in replying to you. It's just taking me forever to getting back to doing my videos here on TikTok and replying to people. It's been a little hectic. But so one thing I want to talk about, and this is why I waited to reply to this, is because I wanted to do like a deep dive on like the market realm and craft fairs, especially as I've come into a deeper awareness of just how many people I am inspiring to do markets and shows and things like that. So I want to be transparent about all of it, because I think sometimes I make things look really, really good, and the reality of it isn't always as pretty as I like to package things. And that's just like a natural gift that I have. It doesn't matter what it is. I tend to find the silver lining. I always make things rainbows and butterflies everywhere I go, because I know it's funny. My personality is so bubbly that it's a shocking thing. So anyway, what I want to get into is I started my business formally in 2021. So when I started like selling candles in that way and all of the above. But like my big business kaboom, where it went from being just like a little side thing that I was just kind of doing into like this huge thing, was in 2022. And I had my first 2 markets and I did really well. 2022 was still a little bit of a different culture. Things were a lot different than they are now in 2025. So those markets went really well, and they were niche markets, like Halloween markets, and like oddity. It was an oddity connection at a bar. Was my first one, and which was very intimate. I love the more intimate venues and groups, which I'll talk about that here more in a little bit. And then I did a huge event, which was Frankenfest in Detroit, and I did really well for that being my first big market and being significantly unprepared. It went really well. I didn't worry about decorating my booth. I literally showed up with a tent I borrowed, a table my husband bought me last minute, and my candles. I didn't have anything to decorate my booth. It was pretty crazy, to where my husband, I was getting really in my head about it. I was feeling really nervous about it, to where my husband left and he went and he got things so I could decorate my booth, because that was something that I didn't really think of doing. I thought my candles would be enough. It would speak for itself. And I was just doing candles. I had in a wax melt, and I wasn't really offering tarot readings. I had my tarot card box, which I have done from the beginning, which has been really fun, but I wasn't really marketing anything else. And then in 2023 is where I put all of my stuff. I started doing like consignment shops, because like markets are a lot of work and being outside is really hard. So you got to know your product. So like me with candles, like being outside was just like really difficult. So if I couldn't do an indoor market, I wasn't gonna do a market. So then I started the store thing and the consignment stuff. And so this is all my feedback. Consignment, I feel like depending on where you are and what you sell, I think consignment can be a really, really fucking awesome option for a variety of people. It did not work out for me, and I am not doing consignment options anymore, and I will unless like something just really perfect connects and aligns. I'm not doing consignment anymore. Stores can commission me, businesses, whatever it is, etc. You can commission me for a collection of candles, and you can purchase them from me, and then you can resell them in your store with like after signing a contract, just like any store. Just like Target has multiple brands, Walmart has multiple brands. You can put my brand in your store, but you are going to place an order, and I'm going to create you an exclusive line for your store. And when you want more, then you place a new order, and that's it. Like I'm not doing the restock and like the this and the that. It didn't work for me. It works for a few other people still to this day. People I met who suggested that I did it and tried it. I tried it. Suggest everyone tries everything and find what works for you. Consignment did not work for me. So then I went back to, 2024 was a huge chaotic clusterfuck of a thing, and we moved, and that was a whole thing. But I did a couple markets in 2024. But 2025, this year, I've been the queen of markets, and I've done multiple a month. And what I learned is it's definitely finding your market. It's picking and choosing and discovering which markets are going to be best for you, for a variety of reasons, not just your niche, your clientele, but the people who run the event, how they run the event, and all of the above. So I do better at smaller markets, like the Indigo Tennessee markets here. Since I've been in Tennessee, that been the absolute best. I'm gonna tag her. She's absolutely fucking wonderful. I love her as a person, but the community that comes to those events is huge. People go there to make sure to support the small businesses and the artists and the spiritualists and everything, and there is a respect in the culture that is made there. Like Pagan Pride, there wasn't a respect in the culture, and there was a more collective, diverse collective of people that came to the Pagan Pride event. And so that, I thought I was going to kick ass at that event, and I didn't make a single dime. Nobody tipped me for the free readings that I did, and I don't want to sound bitter or complaining. I'm just being honest and being direct. So I didn't make a single dime. I paid an $85 booth fee, and I lost money because I bought a couple things. And then my husband brought me lunch, so I almost lost money because I almost had to buy lunch, but he brought me food, so that worked out. And so it's kind of crazy, but then, like, you know, the Indigo markets, which are a little bit more, not smaller in a bad way, they're intimate. They're an intimate venue. And I've sold the most there. I do hit or miss at the flea market. The flea market's one of those things where you're going to have pros and cons. And so you're talking about how you haven't had any luck. It depends on your craft. It depends on your price. It depends on all of these things. I know, especially so like Nashville, what's good about Nashville is there's a lot of tourists, and so there's like a certain flow of things, and people are looking for some fun, like keepsakes of some kind. And so you get people like who buy stuff from me that are tourists for a variety of reasons. Some are similar to the same reason why people buy certain things when they go to New Orleans. It's like, oh, this is like the Appalachian like witches, which I'm not. Like, wouldn't necessarily give myself that title. Whatever, I don't care about titles. But anyway, so, you know, like, you run into different things. I would say I'm more successful in markets down here in Tennessee than I was in Michigan for a variety of reasons. Which I have theories as to why some of it didn't work out, and then other reasons that just Michigan just wasn't meant for me. At the end of the day, Michigan was a whole other thing in my personal life, my spiritual journey, and all the above. So for me now, where I'm at now, at the end of this year, the snake, after all of the things that I've learned, all the wisdom that I've gained, I don't think anyone should do more than 2 markets a month. I think if you do more than 2 markets a month, it's because markets really, really work for you, and that's your thing, and that's awesome. I am only doing 2 a month, and that's if the second one is really fucking fun. But I will do no more than 1 a month if I do one for that month at all. Like, I like the flea market here in Nashville. If that becomes like a consistent thing, awesome. I love the people there. I love the community there. It's safe. It's comfortable. Like, there's a lot of positive things about it. And then it's also consistent for clients to build a clientele here in Nashville, or people have a consistent place they can come to me. And I love that. It's a great alternative to having a storefront or a consignment shop. And that's a little more flexible in the fact that, like, if you can't make it, you can't make it. And then the Indigo markets. So here in Tennessee, the Indigo markets and the flea market would be the ones that I would prioritize over everything. If I have availability, or if I get invited, or there's something else that might sound like it's fun, I might do it. So I'm gonna start part 2. Hold on.